What up, Frontline fam? It's Jay here from Mr. Reviews, and I'm back once again for another Krypton Season 1 episode review. And this time I'm covering Krypton Season 1 Episode 2, House of L. And as per usual with my TV reviews, I will be recapping the events of the episode. So if you haven't seen the episode yet, do yourself a favor, watch the episode first, then come back here and tell us your thoughts and feels in the comments down below. But alright, let's just jump right into it. Another solid episode of Krypton. I really enjoyed the pilot. It definitely had me intrigued. We even had a full-on discussion here on Frontline about it on Media Madness. I'll leave a link to that at the end. But yeah, guys, what happened in this episode? So Adam is back. Adam returns thanks to the Zeta beams. So apparently, in this version of the DCU, Zeta beams can also be used for time travel. So that's actually, we find out that's actually his source of time travel. And Adam is telling, Seg to, search the scanners. He'll definitely find something. He'll have proof that Brainiac is there, and he'll be able to, finally see that Adam's telling the truth, and get his ass in gear. So then, while Seg is taking care of this, he gets his friend Cam, I think, or Cam, to help try and get Adam to get some new clothes to kind of blend in more on Krypton. But then, Seg is taken by force by I forget, Darren Vex to this kind of meeting with the voice of Rao. Basically, I want to say he's not necessarily the leader. He's like, I would say the voice of Rao is more like the Pope of Krypton, from what it seems like. And they have they basically tell him about how important the meeting ceremony, the naming ceremony is, where Seg will be joining House Vex, and Seg talks about, hey, I would like to request my parents' ashes so I can perform traditional burial rites to them, for traditional funeral rites. And at first he's like, nah, I can't do that. They died as traitors and enemies to the state. That's impossible. But then, later on in the episode, we see that Nyssa actually gives him, the urn, and the urn itself has the house sigil on it. So now Seg kind of trusts Nyssa a little more. Unfortunately, it's revealed later that Nyssa and it's actually a plan that Nyssa, Darren, and the voice of Rao had to kind of get Seg to earn their trust. And also later on in the episode, Seg discovers this kind of keypad in the Fortress of Solitude, and he spills some of his blood on it, activates it, and he gets to meet like the hollow copy of his grandfather Val-El, which is very similar to the hollow copy of Jor-El that's in Cal's Fortress of Solitude. Really cool. I kind of just wish they hadn't have spoiled that in the little end credits teaser that they had last week after the pilot, but oh well. I thought it was really interesting. I liked that we'd find out officially that Val is the one who discovers the Phantom Zone, and he used traveling in the Phantom Zone as kind of like a wormhole kind of warp travel type thing, and that's how he discovered like various galaxies, and all these different planets were being devoured by this brute creature called Brainiac. And Val tried to warn the Council, but as per usual for this time period, Krypton is extremely ignorant. Krypton thinks they're the center of the universe, and they didn't want to budge, and that's why Val got killed. Now, Seg is motivated more than ever to continue Val's work and to get proof for Brainiac, which, again, shows that he's got a bit of that, he is kind of the inspiration for Jor-El to, still continue that defiant stance that the House of L has been known for, and also to stand up for what's right. And speaking of standing up for what's right, one part that I really enjoyed was the parts involving Lita Zod. Lita Zod is a very interesting character, because we can tell that she is deeply in love with Seg, and she's trying to protect Seg, as well as the other Rankless, because we've seen in the pilot episodes that the Rankless are extremely poorly treated. And so when they get assigned this mission to explore the Rankless section of Kandor to root out some Black Zero terrorists, the captain or the commander that gets assigned command of the squadron is this kind of crazy anti-rank list soldier, and in order to protect the rank list, and in particular Seg, um, Lita basically challenges this dude to a trial by combat, and it's crazy. Lita gets beat up, get beat up, get beat up. You think she might be going down, she might be going down, but then you're like, oh wait, she's a main character. And in the biggest irony, not only does she get like a kneel before Zod type moment, but she legit gets to neck snap Homeboy when he asks for mercy. And I thought that was hilarious, kind of, because, you know, the irony in that, because that's actually the fate that her grandson or her son meets at the hands of Seg's grandson. I thought that was kind of funny. Her son will end up eventually meeting that same fate. So that's ironic. I love that little sense of irony there. I got a good chuckle out of that. But yeah, man, Lita continues to be a very interesting character. We see that bit of Zod in her, and that ruthlessness. So I want to see if more of that's going to poke out. And I do like seeing the development of the relationship with her mother and kind of what that's like. And again, the different rules of the Society for Krypton, like how their trial by combat works. Really interesting. So the biggest part of the episode and the big reveal at the end is that Adam and Kem, they end up going to the Outlands by trading off a lot of Adam's clothes to the salvage crew, and they travel to the Outlands because, you know, they discovered an anomaly there, a meteor shower 3 days ago, and then we see the shell of what we as DC comic fans know as a Brainiac sentry, which are the robots that Brainiac sends to scout planets that he thinks might be worthy of conquest. So now we have official proof, and from the promo, holy crap, things seem to be moving fast. We see explosions, we see a battle going on, and we see another clip of Brainiac, and it looks like the budget is still going for this show because Brainiac still looks pretty fucking cool. I am really excited. This show is moving a lot more fast paced than I expected it to in this second episode. A lot more got done. The plot definitely got moved forward. It really is starting to go into gear, and I'm really excited to see what's going on. And it seems like, and I'm not the only one with this theory. I was talking with a buddy of mine, Brian Kersey, while we were both watching the episode, and we agree that we both think that the voice of Ral, the person in control of Krypton, so to speak, kind of controls all the political systems and the guilds and whatnot, and it's kind of the final say on everything. We think he's actually a Brainiac drone, or at least he is someone being possessed by Brainiac, or like a robot being controlled by Brainiac, or something like that, because we know Brainiac in different iterations has been able to possess people, has been able to possess technology, has been able to create like almost life model decoy automaton robots. So who knows, but I definitely think Brainiac is involved in this kind of plot to control Seg-El, because, you know, his whole thing is trying to come back into the past to destroy the House of El to end Superman. So we're going to see where that goes. We didn't get more about the cape. We didn't see how far the cape has deteriorated at this point, but I definitely hope they get back to that. But overall, guys, this is a really good episode. Again, with episode 2, they are really kicking it into gear already, and I can't wait to see what happens in episode 3. But let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to leave this video a like to let us know you enjoyed the video. And like I said, tell me your thoughts, feels, and theories in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to stay tuned for my outro card, so you can, if you haven't already, click the Comic Frontline icon to subscribe to Comic Frontline's channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get updated every time we upload a new video. Comic Frontline is your #1 source for news, reviews, and more. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And in the outro card as well, if you like what I do here on Frontline, you'll definitely like what I do on my individual channel, Mr. J's Reviews, where I review basically a bunch of TV shows, both superhero, genre, and non-genre shows. So if you're a big fan of TV, video games, anime, pretty much all things nerdy. Definitely subscribe to my individual channel, Mr. J's Reviews. I will leave that linked also in the outro card, so definitely check that out. I really appreciate it. And I will leave linked in the outro card as well, both my review of the Krypton pilot episode, if you haven't checked that out, and the Media Madness episode that we did, where myself, Jay, Kat, and my friend Brian all discussed our thoughts on the pilot episode for Krypton. So if you want to see a more long-form, detailed discussion on the pilot, definitely check that out. Or if you just want to see my individual thoughts, definitely check it out. I'll leave it linked in the outro card. But until next time, guys, this is Jay from Mr. Reviews for Comic Frontline. And like I always say, once a comic geek, always a comic geek, and once a Superman fan, always a Superman fan. And until next time, guys, I'll be up, and away. Peace.